why I made a completely separate channel for this type of stuff, man, because I knew my main channel may want me to abstain from discussing these types of matters, but some things just pop up on my feed and I really want to discuss it, and if you disagree with me, then that's fine. I want to say that I am a huge proponent of us all being equal to one another.
Approved.
And thankfully, I was raised in a manner that I don't judge a person for anything except their actions. That means if you act like you're a good person during my brief interaction with you, and I've had nothing but positive interactions with you, obviously you're afforded the opportunity to mess up. That's the only way I'm gonna judge you, based off of your character. So with that being said, I don't know how I feel about the recent victim mentality in America.
You don't ever want to use your illness as an excuse for not doing anything, not consciously. You know, sometimes you might not know, I'm not feeling well. What can I do? Well, you don't know, right? Because it's not like it's obvious, but sometimes it's obvious, you know, this little temptation flits through your mind and you think, I don't really want to do what I'm doing today and I'm not feeling very well, so I don't have to do it. You do that 100 times, then you don't know how sick you are anymore. Then you're in real trouble.
You know, I understand that there's been some very unfortunate stuff that's happened to various groups of people. More specifically, man, I'm Jewish, okay? And some pretty messed up stuff has been happening to Jewish people as well. But you don't see me coming out here and playing the woe is me, you have non-Jewish privilege and you should feel bad about it. What I mean is, the other day I went online and I saw this flyer from Home Depot. Now, I don't understand why Home Depot would put this out. I don't understand how this relates to improving my home whatsoever. I don't know how this pertains to drills, tile, refrigerators, hammers, nails, or any of that stuff. But they felt like it was necessary to put it out. Their stock took a little bit of a hit as a result of it, and I feel like I should speak out on this. The flyer starts out by saying privilege, a noun, a special benefit or advantage that may be earned or unearned. A person may or may not be aware that they are benefiting from privilege. Social privilege is a special unearned advantage or entitlement used to one's benefit or the detriment of others. These groups can be advantaged based on social class, age, disability, ethnicity, or racial category, gender identity, sexual orientation, and religion. White privilege. Societal privileges that benefit white people beyond what is commonly experienced by people of color under the same social, political, and economic circumstances. Trust me, it gets even more bizarre because they go on to define what privilege looks like. If you're confident that the police exist to protect you, you have white privilege. If while growing up, college was an expectation of you, not a dream, you have class privilege. If you can expect time off from work to celebrate your religious holidays, you have Christian privilege. If you can use public bathrooms without stairs or fear, then you have cisgender privilege. If you don't have to worry about how to get into a store, you have able-bodied privilege. If you don't have to explain that your spouse is of the same gender, you have heterosexual privilege. Let me tell you, man, maybe I'm just old school, or maybe I'm just very out of touch with society. I'll let my audience determine this for me. I personally was raised to think that specific groups of people have specific advantages, or in this instance, privileges that others don't. So a good example is people here can expect time off of work to celebrate their religious holidays. They have Christian privilege. Growing up as a Jewish person in a fairly dominant Christian society, at first, yeah, I felt a little excluded. I don't know what Christmas is like. But at the same time, I'm not really looking at Christians and say, how dare you get to celebrate holidays and I don't. You should feel really bad about yourself as you're opening Christmas presents. My culture forbids eating pork, and we need to have kosher food. Most places in the world don't serve kosher food except for niche areas. I just saw it as a, hey, the majority of society isn't Jewish and doesn't have to abide by these standards, and that's fine. I get those same holidays off too. Christmas is actually really fun if you're Jewish. You typically go get some Chinese food and you go into a movie theater and the theaters tend to be empty. You make the most out of the situation and you don't complain about it. I've never heard of a single Jewish person complain about the fact that they get Christmas off. Now here's where it continues. It says, why is it uncomfortable to talk about white privilege? Well, the word white creates discomfort, especially when individuals are not used to being defined or described by their race. When people hear the word privilege, they feel it suggests that they have never struggled. Well, to be honest, yeah. I feel like each and every person in the world has their own form of struggle. They have their own set of expectations and they have their own goals to break out of what they need to do. I just feel like this victim mentality is extremely toxic for all of society. I mean, are Are we gonna go through a list of each and everything that you have born privilege into doing and then starting to feel bad about it? When my friend tells me we're gonna get together for Christmas, am I gonna give him like an evil look? Hell, I've broken a bone in my body before. There was a point in my life where I couldn't walk straight. I didn't look at the rest of society and say, wow, screw you guys for being able to walk and for me being on crutches. It actually taught me greater appreciation for the privilege of me being able-bodied. As a result of that, whenever I see a handicapped individual, I do my best to help them. And I feel like that's what we should be doing as a society, not tormenting ourselves over the fact that, hey, I'm allowed to do these things. I should feel bad. I should feel guilty. I should get anxiety as a result of it. I feel like this does nothing but incite more hatred in our society. I'm not a big fan of victim mentality, guys, mainly because I feel like in my life, I've had to overcome a lot of obstacles to get to where I'm at today. And still to this day, I'm overcoming a lot of obstacles each and every day. And pointing the blame finger and saying something is wrong with society, and that is the reason why I am encountering these issues, in my opinion, has always been very weak. It's like, yes, you are given challenges. Yes, you are given obstacles. I'm given obstacles. Each and every person has their own set of obstacles, some more than others. I'm going to admit that. But those individuals that have more obstacles than others also have a unique ability to become stronger. I have a friend of mine that's been given every single thing he's ever wanted in his life. Grew up with a silver spoon in his mouth. Drove the nicest car out of all of us in high school. When he got to college, he got an easy real estate gig from his daddy. Didn't even need to graduate college. He had a bullshit degree in college. Took all the easy classes and got his BS degree. And now he currently has a kid. And he is struggling mightily with one of the fundamental parts of life. Why? Because I don't think he's gone through enough struggle. I think ultimately this is what evolutionarily breeds strength. And at the end of the day, I feel like we could be going about this in a different way that brings society closer and not divides us even more. Apparently, Home Depot said that this viral worksheet was not authorized. I'm assuming that the reason why they're saying this is all the negative press they're getting as a result of it. But that's my take on the matter, man. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about this. Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike. I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.